Hey guys, so recently a lot of my friends have been asking, why do I hoard silver? I'm a notorious silver hoarder, I guess, because whenever I have spare money, that's what I do. I hoard silver. I like to buy silver. I think it's a good investment. And right now, as of today, it's $14 and like 25 cents an ounce. So this is a bullion bar. I call it bullion. It's Engelhard. Very good, very popular brand. And one of the things to look for, I think, when you buy silver is to remember that eventually you're going to have to sell it. So you want to get stuff that people are going to want to buy. So I have Engelhard. I also have a bar. It's called J&B, which isn't as popular. Then I got some of these Canadian Maple Leafs. That's what I call them, Canadian Maple Leafs. I don't know. People call them different things, but that's what I call them. And that's what they look like. The Canadian maple leaf is actually a little more pure than its American counterpart, which they call the American Silver Eagle. I call it the Silver Liberty because it looks like the Statue of Liberty to me or whatever. But let me just show you guys something real quick so you don't think I'm crazy. Okay, this is scale. It says 0 grams. Okay, I put on 1 gram, which is a dollar bill that weighs 1 gram. I put a Canadian maple leaf on it. It says 30.9. Okay, put on the American counterpart. It says 31.1. Well, wow, that means this should be more silver, shouldn't it? I mean, why would it weigh more? Well, the thing is, the Canadian maple leaf is actually, if you look real closely at it, it says 0.9999. You see those 4 9s? It actually has more silver in it than the American counterpart, which only has 3 9s, okay? Take my word on it. And that means the additive is a little heavier than silver, just like this Engelhard bar. See, it's got the serial number and everything, but when it comes to that, it says 999, not 4 9s, like the maple leaf. The maple leaf is actually pure silver. The coin itself, it's not pure silver, but it has more silver inside the coin. Thus, that's why it weighs a little more. As you see, it weighs a little over an ounce. So, the reason I recommend that people buy silver right now is if you were to look at a graph, silver is at a pretty low price right now. It's selling for about $14.25 an ounce, whereas 5 years ago it was up to about $48 an ounce. And about 4 years prior to that, it was at about $12 an ounce. So it fluctuates. It goes up, it goes down, you know. But over the history of mankind, silver has been something that's constant. Judas was betrayed, he betrayed Jesus, they say, for 30 pieces of silver. Okay, these containers hold 20. So basically, for 1.5 of these containers, that's what Jesus got betrayed for, okay? So silver is, in my opinion, the best investment you can make. It's tangible, it's something you can hold. I'm holding it right now. The key, though, when you buy the silver, is you don't want to buy it from one of these places. Like, they have, I don't want to mention any names, but there's a lot of these companies you see on TV that advertise, buy silver with us, We'll give you the best buy, we'll make sure your silver's safe and all that. But what they don't mention is that they charge you what's called over spot. Every time you buy silver from somebody, they're going to charge you a little bit more than what the silver is actually valued at. This Engelhard bar, for instance, I paid 80 cents or a dollar over spot, I believe. I think for the J&B I spent 80 cents over spot value, which means at the time when it was $15 an ounce, I spent $15.80 for the J&B per ounce. And for this Engelhard, I spent $16 per ounce. Now the coins, you're going to spend about $2, maybe $3 over spot, depending on which kind you get, which year, and how valuable they are. And their value is basically determined by how much somebody wants them. And people want them right now. Right now, it's basically people who have silver don't really want to sell it because it's so cheap. People are trying to buy it up. So if you can, buy it up, you know. I bought up 10-ounce bars the other day from some company I've never heard of, but it was a reliable source. And, you know, my advice to anybody who has a couple hundred, maybe a couple $1,000 even, rather than take a risk in the stock market, put it in silver. It's gonna go up. It might go down a little, but it's gonna go up. If you were to look at a graph over the past 50 years, you'll see that it spiked in the 80s, and I believe in 87 or something, it went up to about $48 an ounce, but it was manipulated. They say it was manipulated by a couple of brothers. I'm too young to fully understand how they did that or why. I could understand why, because they wanted some money, but basically, if you're looking for an investment and you got a little bit of money and you like something that you can invest in, that you can hold in your hand, you know, you can pick it up. It's real, you know. It's not the most beautiful thing, but it's tangible. Also remember that when you buy it, you might want to sell it eventually, and you might want to sell it soon. Thus, you buy coins, or you buy like the 10-ounce bars that I had mentioned. The reason you do this is if you want to make a car payment or something, you don't want to have to sell off your bar and lose. Because when you bring this in to sell it to somebody now, they're same, just as they made you pay over spot, they're going to give you less than spot when it comes time to sell it. So the thing to do is to really find a reliable person who, you know, there's a lot of precious metal shops out there. You just have to, you know, do a simple Google search and you'll find one. If not, you know, if you have to use one of these online companies, some of them will give you back a fair amount. But for the most part, they're going to charge you something like $7 or $8 over spot per ounce. That means a 10-ounce bar of silver, instead of it being $140, it's going to be something like, you know, $210. Whereas if you got it from a mom and pop shop, they're going to charge you, you know, $15 extra or so. So when possible, buy local, and then, you know, God forbid you have to sell it anytime really soon. You won't get killed over the price, you know. They'll work with you. They give you a better deal than if you go into a random place or a pawn shop. Never sell it at a pawn shop. If you're lucky enough that your parents or your grandparents or somebody have left you some silver coins and you're not really sure about them, never sell them at a pawn shop. Whatever you do, don't do that, because you're going to be losing money. And they're going to be making money off of your ignorance. So when in doubt, learn. Like, I would assume this wasn't a bar of silver because of how tattered and ugly it is. But I know it's real because I know Engelhard is a trusted name. I know the person I bought it from is a trusted dealer. So, in closing, basically, I don't know. If you got a few bucks and you want to invest and make some money, and you want to do it legitimately, buy silver. It's going to only go up. Over the course of time, it's going to go up. In the short term, might go down a couple bucks. But mark my words, in the next 5 years, it's going to be up a minimum of 25%. Probably more. 5 years ago, it was worth about 3 times what it is today. So, take it for what it is. It's a precious metal. I love it. You should love it. Enjoy.